In the South American country of Ecuador, small rivers of oil, like this one in 2003, have stained the once pristine jungle of the Amazon. For the past 17 years, the state-owned oil company Ecuador has created an environmental mess from its oil operations. More than 1,000 spills involving millions of gallons of oil, much of it from poorly maintained equipment. Almost everyone who sees this damage sees an environmental tragedy. The president of Ecuador, Rafael Correa, has condemned his country's own oil company. In a news conference in April of 2007, he said, Ecuador, with those obsolete technologies, has an appalling environmental record. But a group of American trial lawyers are trying to pin the blame on Chevron. They are seeking the potential for millions of dollars in contingency fees. They have launched a multi-billion-dollar class action lawsuit against Chevron, claiming the U.S. company is somehow responsible for this damage. Chevron denies the claim. It points to Ecuador, which has operated with a poor environmental record since 1990. More than 40 years ago, Texaco, subsequently acquired by Chevron, did help the Ecuadorian government discover oil, and it was a partner with Ecuador in oil production. But by 1977, Ecuador was already the majority partner. As it prepared to leave Ecuador in the 1990s, Texaco spent $40 million in a government-supervised cleanup of its share of the partnership and turned over all oil operations to Ecuador. Afterward, the government of Ecuador formally released Texaco from any responsibility, past, present, or future, arising from its prior operations. So why would the trial lawyers go after Chevron? One Wall Street Journal columnist says the answer is simple, because Chevron is where the money is. He called the lawsuit an Amazonian swindle. He's right, and Chevron will defend itself. The company hopes that someday the government of Ecuador will force Ecuador to clean up its mess, for the good of its people and for the good of the environment.